Hi, and welcome back to the Delmont Garden Library Grab and Go program from the East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. My name is Erica, I'm the teen librarian, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make zombie cat felt tees. These little undead friends are super cute and very easy to make. You're going to get a size like this one in your grab and go, but I'm going to make one this big so that you're able to see what I do clearly and be able to follow along a little easier, because this is easier to see than this. When they're all done, they're really cute, they're very fun, and I am looking forward to making these with you. The grab and go container is going to contain all of the cut pieces for your cat, thread, glue, a popsicle stick, a couple beads, a needle, and be careful it's sharp, and not featured is stuffing for your cat. The first step to creating your zombie cat is to glue down various pieces, starting with the muzzle. So you're going to take the glue that I provided along with the popsicle stick, and you are going to apply the glue with that. This way it keeps your hands pretty clean. From me to you, you do not need that much glue. I put a little too much, I was a little overzealous, and it was very sticky. And it was after I started putting the glue down that I thought to myself, this is too much glue. So please do not recreate by mistake and just apply a little bit. You just need a coating. And then you're going to put your piece down on top of the other piece of felt and press it down. And that is going to attach. You're going to put it to the side to dry and then glue the next few pieces. Those pieces are the body and the tail. Those are the only other pieces that you need to glue down. It's optional to glue the tail to the body. I don't like that personally, the way it looks. You are welcome to do that though. What you will see later in the video is how to sew the tail to the body. So that's all you have to do for the tail, the body, and the muzzle is glue it down. You're going to want to put your thread through the needle, and you're going to want to tie the two pieces of your thread off at the bottom the way I'm doing here. This is going to keep it from sliding straight through the felt and allow you to create little features like so. So after threading the needle, I am going to poke the needle through the felt and do so in a arch to make a happy looking eye. You always want the arch to be going upwards so that the eye looks happy. If you want to make it look sad, you're going to make the arch down facing downwards. To create the sewed shut look, you're just going to bring your yarn down and over top of that horizontal line that you've created. This way it looks like the eyes are sewn shut, and in a way they kind of are. You then want to just tie a knot with your needle behind the eye. You don't want to bring your yarn through the front of it again. You just want to have a very little bit of it poking through the layers, so this way you can tie a knot and keep it secure and the eyes won't fall apart after you snip the thread. You're then going to want to repeat that same process again by tying your thread closed and starting over to make the second eye. You should have plenty of thread in order to do this. I gave you enough to make one really big one, so it'll definitely be enough to make a small one. For those of you who have not noticed, the color of the cat has changed from the initial dark green to light green. That's because I wanted to make sure you could see what I was doing, even though there are times where I apologize, I go off frame. But this gave you a little bit of a better sense of what I was doing and how to do it. Now you're going to want to make a nose by using the pink string. As you can see, I had not made my knot thick enough, so I tied it off again just to show you how easy that is to fix. But you're going to put your pink string in and you're going to go and make 3 horizontal lines down the center of the muzzle. After you create those 3 horizontal lines, creating a really cute pink nose, you are then going to make vertical lines, that's left and right lines, that go across to create the whiskers. You can do this in any direction you want with as much frequency as you want. I did 3 on each side. I just thought it made it look really nice. You can see I reinforced mine just because I had some gaps I didn't really like there. But when I add the whiskers, I just make sure I put them at an angle so it creates an illusion, and where one ends, I start the next one. And that just made them really nice and neat. And like always at the end, make sure that you tie your project in the back so that you're able to keep it from unraveling. You don't want it to fall apart. To create the mouth, you're going to come with a black thread. You can use red or pink, it's up to you. You can change it up, but I've included black for this in this project. You're going to put a piece of black thread through the center, and then you're going to angle it and create a V shape. So you're going to come in from the back, go in through the front, come in through the back, go in through the front, etc. I like to go over my work just a little bit each time, just because I kind of like keeping that motion. And then when you do this, you will then be able to slide it through as I'm showing you here and create the first half of a mouth. What you're going to do after that is work your way back to the other side and do the same step all over again. This way you have created a really cute kitty cat mouth that looks a little mischievous, just like a cat. The next thing you're going to want to do is put your 2 pieces together and make sure they fit. And then you are going to take your needle and put it on the inside of the head. You're going to want to put it towards the bottom, and you're going to want to start from the inside because you want to keep that little tail with the knot hidden. Then after you put it through that back side, you will line them up again and start sewing. This way everything looks nice and neat, and you're able to create a really good pattern with your stitching. I'm going to jump ahead in a second because I make a mistake in a few moments, and I want you to see how I navigate that mistake so that you can get yourself out of little jams when you find yourself in them. So up until this point, you're just going to keep sewing all the way around until you reach the bottom of the head while leaving a pocket open on the bottom. As you can see, there's a small mistake. The yarn somehow tangled up and created a little knot, which makes it impossible to go forward without addressing it. So what you do is you put your needle through the little hole, the little circle that got developed. You're going to wrap your needle around that yarn once or twice, sometimes 3 times, and then you're going to push the needle through the inside of your felt, and you're going to pull it through. What we're doing here is capturing that knot, and we're going to hide it away. It takes a couple steps to do, but I promise it works out. So I included this because I know I make mistakes while I work, and I wanted to make sure that you could see there are ways to work out the mistakes. So we just push that knot in, and then you are going to thread your thread through the felt on the inside and seal it closed. This way no one can see the imperfection even though it's still there, and you've created a secure pouch that keeps everything nice and neat. From there, you just kind of finish up until you get about halfway towards the bottom. That you're going to leave a pocket open on the bottom of the head because we need to put stuffing inside of it. Make sure that you get your stuffing into the little parts of your cat's ear. You don't want them to be flat, and you want to make sure that you pack it pretty well. You can put a lot of stuffing in a little space, so as you can see here, I'm pushing it deep in to fill it up. And then after I filled it with the stuffing, I will cinch it closed, and then you are going to sew it shut. And like I always say, make sure that you make a knot at the end so that you keep everything nice and tight and that it doesn't fall apart. This is the final part of your project. You're going to sew everything together. I like to line up all my pieces to make sure I know exactly where I'm going to put them. You can always mark your pieces down with a marker or pen. I just kind of eyeball everything. And once you've decided where everything is going to be, you are going to sew in the collar. After you've secured the collar down, you're going to want to thread your needle through your collar to put the beads in. All the beads have been checked before I sent them home to make sure that they fit through the needle. And you are going to want to sew them against the collar so that they look like little bells or prey or whatever you want it to be that your cat is showing off as their fashion of choice. So once again, we are going to put the needle through the inside of the body where the tail can't be seen. We're going to line up the head where it needs to go, and you are going to just sew the entire head down onto the body. You just need to do the bottom part. When I say entire head, I mean you're going to sew the bottom part, and you want to make sure that you keep everything nice and even so that you can create a non-wobbly head. So you can choose to glue or sew the tail down. I chose to sew, but you can glue it. When you do this, make sure that you just take your yarn and stitch along the side of the body until you reach the tail, and make sure that you securely do at least 1 or 2 rows across the tail so that you can keep it on. You can, like I said, glue it. This is entirely an optional piece. I just feel that sewing it made it more secure, and I liked how it looked a little better. And there you have it. Once the tail is secured in, you can cut off any excess string and you have your zombie cat. Thank you for coming. I hope you have fun and enjoy this grab and go, and we will see you at the next one. All right, everybody, take care, and we will see you again.